Welcome back. Today we are going to study the last chapter of half-yearly examination. Okay, this is the last chapter for the half-yearly examination. The name of the chapter is Cell Structure and Function. Okay. First, we will study the introductory part. What is cell? This is the object. This is the plastic, which is made up of many smaller units. The previous class we studied about polymer. Many monomers join to form polymer. So here smaller unit is monomer. The same way this building is made up of bricks. Number of bricks arranged to form the building. The same way all the living organisms are made of cells. Number of cells joined to form the living organism. Understood? So here what is the functional or basic unit of this object? Monomer. What is the basic unit of this building? Brick. What is the basic unit of a cell? This cell is discovered by Robert Koch. In the year 1665, Robert Koch discovered a cell. He took the bark of the stem, bark of the tree, that means outer layer of the tree, which is non-living thing. He has taken, that is cork we say. Okay, this bark of the tree he has taken and he made into thin slice, thinner layer he has removed from the cork. Then he kept it under the microscope and he saw the structure cell. He saw the structure like this, like a chamber. Okay, and each part he noted as cell. Each part, each compartment he named as cells. Cell. These are number of cells. So this substance is made up of number of cells. Each compartment, each room is called as cell. So who discovered first? Robert Koch. This is of non-living cell. Bark of the tree is non-living. The outer layer of the tree is non-living. And then who discovered living cell? Leeuwenhoek in the year 1674 he discovered living cell from microorganisms like bacteria, virus. He discovered from living organisms. So living cell, who discovered? Leeuwenhoek. And who discovered the cell first? Non-living cell? Robert Koch. Leeuwenhoek discovered living cell. He discovered non-living cell. Okay. Let us move to next. Functional unit over. Now, we were going to study cells. That means unicellular, multicellular. Unicellular means, uni means one. Only one cell. Multi means more than one cell. More than one cell. Okay. The organism which has one cell, it is called unicellular. The organism which has more than one cell, it is called multicellular. In the second chapter, we have studied about microorganisms. There are four main groups of microorganisms. What are they? Bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa. These four groups are there, no? Among these, many are unicellular organisms. We will write. What are they? Bacteria. Microorganisms of four groups. Okay. Here, all the bacteria are unicellular organism. Only one cell they are having. And here algae, blue green algae, some of the algae are unicellular, some of the algae are multicellular. Like a blue green algae, they are unicellular. In fungi, yeast is a unicellular. It has only one cell. In protozoa, amoeba, paramecium, these are unicellular. Okay. If they ask the example of unicellular organism, you can write. Okay. All the bacteria are unicellular organism, and some of the algae are unicellular, like blue-green algae. And some of the fungi are unicellular, like yeast. And the protozoa, amoeba, paramecium all are unicellular organism. They have only one cell. And what about multicellular? We are having multicell. We are multicellular organism. All the living, all the animals, all the plants, okay, human beings are multicellular organisms, because we are having more multi-trillion, billion, trillion, more than million of cells, trillion of cells. Understand? So we are having more than billion of cells. So we are called multicellular organism. So you can write the example of unicellular and multicellular. Let us move to next. Amoeba. I told you amoeba is a unicellular organism. It has only one cell, but it functions as a multicellular. What is the function? It does all the activity like digestion, respiration, digestion, okay, assimilation. Assimilation means getting inside the food, getting inside, engulf the food. Okay, these are all activity unicellular can be done. If unicellular only one cell an organism has, they can do all the activity like multicellular organism. Okay, respiration they can do digestion, they can do what is that? Elimination. Understand? These all function, respiration, these all they can do. Amoeba, the structure of amoeba is not fixed. Okay, its shape can be varied. Timely it changes the shape. Okay, it has all the cells has nucleus inside. Amoeba, the shape is not fixed. If the sum of the part is, the outer part is projected sometime. Like a finger-like projection will be there. The outside will be bulged, again bulged. If they find the food in the environment, they project the part. This is finger-like projection. They project the part and surround this area. The projection will be, okay, they surround the food. This is food. Okay, the projected part will be surrounded around the food. If they find any food from outside, the projected part is there, no? They surrounds the food and bring it inside. Slowly they bring it inside and form a food vacuole. Form a food vacuole. Here food, it engulfs the food. Okay, it brings inside the food. The food it brings inside, engulfs the food by surrounding with the help of projected part, that is finger-like projected part, projection. So can you say that its shape is fixed? No. Shape varies. This part is called pseudopodia. This projected part is called pseudopodia. We can say false feet. We move with the help of our legs. It moves with the help of this projected part. That is pseudopodia, or called false feet. Okay, we move with our legs. It moves with its false feet. That is pseudopodia. Now understood? So it engulf the food and digest. Here some enzymes are present. This area is called cytoplasm. With the help of enzymes, the complex food breaks into smaller food, simpler form, and what is the ejection also, that unwanted part will be eliminated. This is a way it assimilates the food, digests the food, eliminate the waste, and does respiration. So will the unicellular perform all the activities as multicellular organism do? Yes. It also do all the activity what multicellular organism does. Understood? Next. In our body, one type of cell acts as a amoeba. That means irregular shape. They changes its shape timely. Time to time it changes its shape. In our body, WBC is a white blood cell. The other name is leukocyte. Or lymphocyte. Okay, leukocyte or lymphocyte, it is a cell in our body. Okay, every part of the body it is present, mainly inside the capillary, blood capillary. Okay, it is a part of the blood, component of blood. RBC, red blood cell, the WBC, platelet and all. It is circulate in our body inside the blood cell. Blood vessel is too narrow to fit into that. Its shape is so big it cannot fit into that. So it adjusts the shape, changes shape to go into the capillary tube. Blood capillary tube, blood vessel, blood tube, in which blood circulates. Okay, blood vessel we say, tube-like structure. Understood? So WBC also acts as an amoeba. It changes its shape. If it finds enemies entering in our body, like bacteria, virus, what they do? They project its outer part and engulf the bacteria, bring the bacteria inside and digest. Understood? So its function resembles amoeba. Its shape timely changes. Next, shape of the cell. Do you feel all the cell's shapes are same? No. Depending upon the function, shape of the cell also varies. For example, red blood cell, round in shape. I told you WBC varies. Bacteria has one cell. So this is a bacteria cell. And a sperm cell, you know. Okay, this is a sperm cell, it is a red blood cell, it is a bacteria cell. And what is a main cell is nerve cell, neuron. Neuron is called nerve cell. It looks like a branches. Okay, branches like that. Like branches. Okay, it looks like a branches. It is a nerve cell. Because why it is long is it has to transfer message and receive the message from all part of the body, mainly sense organs and brain. Understood? So depending upon the function, the shape of the cell also varies. I told you WBC, that is leukocyte or lymphocyte. Their shape is not fixed. It changes timely, and its shape is like a branch shape. And this is a bacterial shell shape, this is RBC, this is sperm cell, etc. So varies. It has to float, okay, swim. That's what the shape is like that. Understood? Depending upon the function, the cell shapes also varies, changed. Understood? Next, and stomach's muscle cells like a spindle shape. This is a muscle shape. Muscle shape is like a spindle. You know what is spindle? Middle will be bulged, at the corner will be narrow in shape. Okay, this is the spindle shape. Who cell? Muscle cell. Shape of muscle cell. Can be asked for drawing, so go through. Next, cell wall. Next we go for cell wall. Only plants have cell wall. Plant cell has cell wall. Animal cell don't have. Okay. Our cell also having cell membrane. Around the cell membrane is there. Plants also around the cell, what is there? Cell membrane is there. And one more extra protective layer is there, that is cell wall. Okay, cell wall. This is cell membrane. Okay, all the cells have cell membrane, but a plant cell has extra additional one layer, that is cell wall. Outermost layer is cell wall. Many reason is there why it is covered by cell wall. It acts as a protective layer. It gives rigidity to the cell. Okay, flexibility, that is rigidity to the cell. And it helps for mechanical support. It gives mechanical support to the cell. Why means due to wind or high temperature, the summer season or temperature is more high, inner part will be affected. To protect the inner part, the cell wall is made for the plant cell. Human being and all, if rain or it is high temperature or too sunny, we can run away. We can stay at home or inside anywhere, shady place. But they cannot move from one place to another. So to protect itself from extreme climate, extreme condition like high temperature, wind, rain, it is made of cell wall. This cell wall is non-living matter. It is non-living matter, that is carbohydrate. It is made of carbohydrate, that is cellulose. We studied in the previous class. Cellulose. It is made of cellulose, which is non-living matter. Understood? So what is its function? It gives rigidity to the plant cell and it gives mechanical support to the cell. It protects the inner part from the extreme climate, extreme condition like temperature, wind, rain. Understood? Next, size of the cell. The size of the cell varies from cell to cell. For example, some cells are micrometer, some cells are millimeter. For which is the smallest cell in our body? Sperm cell, and for female has sperm cell. Sperm cell and the brain, cerebellum one part, cerebellum one part is there. Brain consists of three main parts: cerebellum, cerebrum, medulla oblongata. The smallest cell is cerebellum. Okay, granular cell we say, cerebellum, granular cell in our body, and a sperm cell. These two are smallest cell in our body. Which is the largest cell is ovum. The largest cell is ovum. It is a sperm cell or cerebellum. Okay, sperm cell or cerebellum, granular cell in brain. This is the smallest cell in our body. This is the largest cell in our body. Generally, smallest cell is bacteria, including all organisms. Which is the smallest cell is bacteria is smallest, that is 0.1 millimeter, and micrometer. Size is so small. Bacteria cell size is so small, around 0.1 micrometer. Its what is that? Its size is 0.1 micrometer in size. Whereas ostrich egg of ostrich, one bird, it lays biggest egg. That is the biggest cell. The size is around 170 to 130. That means cross sectional area. Okay, cross sectional area 170 this side and 130 will be across this y axis, x axis we say, no, that. Its size is so small, bacteria size is so small, 0.1 to 0.4 sizes varies. Micrometer. Its size is biggest size we can see. This cell we cannot see with our naked eye. With the help of microscope only we can see. This cell we can see it is the biggest, so big. Biggest cell in the earth or among the organism. Biggest cell in the organism. That is ostrich egg. The size is around 170 and 130 millimeter. It is micrometer, it is millimeter. Understood? So size of the egg is cell is not similar. Understood? It varies. Next one is, do you feel elephant cell size of the cell for elephant is bigger than rat or ant? No. Size of the cell does not depend upon size of the organism. Okay. Elephant cell also so small. Some feel that elephant cell is bigger than rat cell. No. The size of the cell does not depend upon the size of the organism. Okay. Next one is tissue. What is tissue means? Many cells, similar type of cells join to form tissue which perform similar function. Many similar cells, same type of cells join to form tissue which perform similar function. Similar cell, they perform similar function. They join to form tissue. And many tissues join to form organ. And organs join to form organ system. Then we get a full organism. Okay, many organ system join to form full organism, complete organism. Okay, similar cells join to form tissue. Tissues join to form organs. Organs join to form organ system. Organ systems join to form complete organism. Okay. For example, in brain I told you 3 parts is there, no? So cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. You take cerebrum. Many cells join to same cells are joined there and perform some same function. Okay, you know the function of brain. And this cells together to form tissue. Number of cells together to form tissue. For example, medulla oblongata is tissue. Here one tissue is there. Imagine. And these tissues join to form medulla oblongata, cerebellum, cerebrum. This different tissue join to form brain, organ. Are you getting? Different tissue, that means cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. These join to form one organ. Now different organs form organ system, nervous system. It is made up of brain, spinal cord, sense organs, nerve cells. So this organ and spinal cord, this organ, these all join to form nervous system, organ system. And different organ system, digestive system, okay, and respiratory system, excretory system, and a nervous system. These all organisms together form a complete organism, human body. Now understood the example? Tissue I told you part of the brain, and organ I told you together to form brain. Brain is an organ, and organ system I told you nervous system, which include brain, spinal cord, different sense organs and nerve cells. And like that different system is there. Nervous system, circulatory system, respiratory system, which includes, which is start from here, lungs and windpipe. Understood? Cavity. So different organ system to form complete organism. Understood? So that's all today's topic. We'll see in next class. Go through, read the book thoroughly. Thank you.